Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a Cloudy Sheep and we are playing Rule the Waves. We're playing as the US in war with Russia right now. We have three different objectives that we want to fulfill. Of course, we want to project our own home base at the North American East Coast. You can see currently Russia has one battleship, one dreadnought battleship over here. We want to threaten, vice versa, the Russian home base in the Northern Europe hex or field up here. And lastly, we want to initiate a naval combat against Cuba. Naval combat isn't initiated easily. There's no decision you can do, but we can park a lot of forces in the Caribbean. So, we've just finished our refit of our biggest battleships over here, the California class, with a lot of smaller guns, 10, 11-inch guns, and the Nevada class with just 4 turrets, with a 14-inch caliber. Those are very, very fine ships, and Russia cannot, in fact, match these ships. If we look up here, we can see that we have 4 battleships now, whereas Russia has only 1 battleship and 2 battle cruisers. And their battle cruisers are, in fact, very thinly armored. So even though they have a considerable broadside, 13 inches, and of course excellent speed, I think we would win out in a straight-up engagement. We're currently also building battle cruisers, but they will not be ready for at least another year. And of course we designed the Oklahoma class battleship, which has somewhat the same armament, same speed. It's considerably bigger, and that is because we buffed up the armor quite considerably. This also means that we are now running a deficit, but that's fine because we got 50 million funds contributed to us by the public. Also, the other things is we're just trying to replace some issues, some of the enemy stuff. If we were to accelerate this design over here, would we get it considerably quicker? No, we would not. Just 1 month. So that's fine. So up until now, this war has been more or less a small cruiser, light cruiser action, a lot of stuff against our shipping. You can see that we lost quite a couple of destroyers now, which was saddening, also in Des Moines. Russia in turn lost more than we did in terms of destroyers and light cruisers, but I'm still not happy with how that is going. So firstly, I think what we will do is we will move in force into their home zone. This battleship here is slightly annoying me, but I think they'll probably pull it back once they realize that we are in fact sending all of our dreadnoughts to the Northern Europe theater. Now, Northern Europe, we don't have any bases there, so that would be an issue, but in fact we designed all of our ships with a long range and reliable engine, so I hope that they can stay on that station for quite a while. We will also send our light cruisers, except for the one that is damaged, along with these guys, just to make sure. We will also send the Des Moines, at least the refitted ones, to make sure that we do have some cover and some protection against torpedo ships and all that. So let's move these guys to Northern Europe as well. Also long range designation. Tacomas can even mine. Then we have a bunch of mixed things. And there are other battleships on the east coast, and I think we'll want to keep them there for as long as this battleship is over there. The Ohio classes, I think the Ohio classes will also send along. These are semi-dreadnoughts. Whoops. What's going on with you? Really weird bug. So these have only 4 11-inch main battery guns in these 2 turrets, but they also have quite a couple of relatively heavy caliber secondary guns. So I hope that they are worth something, although I'm not particularly proud of them. And Montana, I think we'll keep in the Caribbean. Maybe we can, after all, initiate some combat there. The Auckland light cruiser is being repaired, so that needs to stay there, in fact. Now what else do we have on the east coast? Some light cruiser. That's fine, I guess. There are a lot of heavy cruisers on the east coast, and I think at least 2 of them should be moved towards 8 6-inch guns. Let's move these 2 guys to the Caribbean to keep the pressure up over there as well. And I think we will move the New Yorks once we have a clearer picture of what is going on, basically. I don't think we need a ship on the west coast. I think we will send you home. Let's at least move it to the Caribbean. We do have some destroyers on the west coast, and I think that should be fine. Yeah, okay. Cincinnati has a bit of an issue with its engine, could that be? If so, could you maybe move to the Philippines, or maybe even to the west coast? Good. Excellent, so here we go. Most of our ships will be moving directly from the Caribbean to Northern Europe, especially our heavy ships. And I'm excited to see whether we get some good things. I'm excited to see whether we get a battleship action over here. Nope, just a cruise action, a medium-sized one. So I don't think we will see our battleships active, do we? Nope, just light cruisers. What's done there? Oh, the battleship division is... I'm not sure I like that. The battleship division is active in the Baltic Sea. Russia is over here, and night is coming, so that's... well, we'll see. Let's start the game. I'm not ship-sighted. Yes, here we go. So I'm not sure what the battleship will do. I think they will probably try to come over. Let's accelerate. Let's see our engagement range. Let's take 5-minute turns. It's a destroyer. We can try to round that down. Although it's probably part of a larger group. No, it's not a destroyer after all. That was misidentified. It's a light cruiser with 12 4-inch guns. And a bit of armor. So the biggest issue I feel is that, well, apart from the nightfall that will soon render all of this obsolete, is that if we are losing any ships in a damaged configuration over sound, if we're losing any ships, that means that, or if we are not losing, if we are, let's bring time down a bit here, if we are not losing ships, but if we're only having a bit of damage, then that immediately means that we will be forced to scuttle our ships because we'll not be able to repair them. I took that slight turn in the hope that we could maybe use more of our guns, but it doesn't look like that. So yeah, we will come in behind them after all again. And there we go, night, we're losing sight of them. And that's probably it. No, we caught them again. That's nice to see. Our first big hit. Can you actually engage that? I know it's an enemy. Because it's... just the 2 frontal guns though. But I think it's fine. We should soon see that... full broadside now, and 2 hits again. Immediately. Nice. What's going on? Some ship that we have no idea about is firing a Tuscan. Okay, so We stumbled into rather big ships. I think these are battleships. If this is like cruiser, then these must be, just comparing the size, that's battleships also. And the unidentified, one of these unidentified ships fired at the Tuscan. The Tuscan suffered a magazine explosion and it immediately sunk. You can also see that there are heavy guns also firing on the Tuscan. So these are indeed battleships or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Immediately lost one of our latest ships, actually, I think. So the Reno will be trying to turn around, I think, in a southern direction. But I don't have high hopes because that might be an issue here. Just yeah, so we think that that is a battle cruiser. And the issue with the battle cruiser is it's nearly as fast as we are. Bridge destroyed. I think that means I'll be much more limited in the orders. Yeah, we're being... This is indeed one of the battle cruisers of theirs. And you can see that they are shooting with six 13-inch guns. And of course, there's it's no use hitting them. Our torpedo tubes are still alright. Our battleship squadron's way too far away though. They're not in a position to help. Let's do this to hold for battleship division is not that far away. I would have preferred to control that one, honestly. Are we running the game? Yes, we are. 500 turns, also, yeah, shortly the game should realize that nobody can see each other and that everything is over in 2, 3, 4, what? There we go. Oh, screw you! Some light damage on... Honestly... Well, not light damage. What a bad outcome. And yes, they yes. Let's designate that as oh my. So let's see what that means. So that means Nevada was hit by a torpedo. It needs 2 turns in base. We don't have any bases in Northern Europe, so that means that this guy will be interned in a neutral port, I guess. So probably in Germany. What a letdown that was. But let's see. So what ships do we have present? We have 60 points worth of ships over here. It doesn't even count one battleship. 60 points. Russia 73. We see very few Russian ships now here. But I think we want to keep basically what we have, and I don't think there's anyone left here. So that means we will send out our New York class battleships, Freedom battleships, and send these over to Europe as well. What else do we have on the East Coast? Lots of destroyers. 1 heavy cruiser I think is fine to keep. 1 more Des Moines class, we'll send that over because we lost many light cruisers, and I don't want to be entirely out of stuff there. You guys are moving? Yes, fine. This goes. Heavy cruiser, one heavy ship. I think it's fine. West Coast. What have we got here? San Francisco class. It's colonial cruiser. The Des Moines class, this raid over here, which is a bit of an issue. Well. In addition to that, the Colorado is suffering from some issue, but I think I want to keep it up there for now. Damn, that was such a bad. That was such a bad result. Fleet battle. Fleet size fleet. So we are in fact having a big battle over here, and of course we have that at night just to get maximum confusion. Damn it, I would have loved to see this battle at day. Night is always such a mess. So what have we got here? We have our good 3 battleships, so that's nice. The New Mexico, the Colorado, the California. Colorado and California are going to struggle to find a way to train all the guns on an enemy at night, because that's going to be so difficult. We do also have all of these New York classes. I didn't think we had 6 of them. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, so the Ohio class, the one that I prefer, and 4 New York class battleships. So yeah, pretty much everyone. I am going to tell the Ohios to trail on the 1st Division, the New Mexicos. Just be a core part of that formation, just follow it. No, I think you're much slower, aren't you? Yeah, 17 knots versus your 24.1. So, yeah, not a good idea. We will in fact instead keep you up, and we will tell you to follow the Illinois, yes. And you are going to follow the North Dakota, that's fine, so you guys should all be forming a line. You are scouting ahead for the New Mexico, and you are scouting ahead for the New Mexico, that's fine. Good, so we will have basically have 2 battle lines, one of our dreadnought ships and one of everyone else. Unknown ship sighted. Okay, there we go. There is the enemy. So how would you want to handle that? We want to increase your speed, that's for sure. We are definitely within engagement range. This is our range. And you can nicely see that the 11-inch guns and the 14-inch guns, 14-inch guns have a considerably different range. But of course at night that doesn't matter at all. I'm worried about torpedoes, by a lot actually, but not much that we can do about it. So for that reason I don't want to pass directly next to each other, but more maybe go to the walls south. This guy. Yeah, maybe it's south, southeast. Who's firing? No one yet, seems. So I think these are destroyers, probably light cruisers. That might be their battle line. We at least think that this is a battleship. Might be too. You guys are still forming up. That would be a horrible mess. It will just be us driving through them and vice versa. I think I want to bring these guys down and then keep the Illinois class ahead of that, just as a bit of protection. Galveston is being fired upon just by some 10 medium guns. You really could fire that, you know that. We are trying to find something. There were lots of hits, so fire control damaged. Galveston here is being hit hard by stuff. one of the guns is out of action already. But that's fine. Submerged torpedo hit. That's just the torpedo room that is hit. So our torpedo broadside submarine or tube, I guess. Then the Ohio is firing at things. Why don't you show me what you're firing at? Weird. The Ohio is firing at the destroyer. So a 10-inch gun hit on the destroyer already with one of the Illinois. So that's really the nice thing about these secondary guns. They should be able to wreak havoc on that. So this guy with the 10-inch hit should suffer badly already. And more importantly, the New Mexico has scored a 14-inch gun hit on straddled, but never mind. Nevertheless, so a hit on this battleship. So that's what I like to see. What I wouldn't like to see if this guy had already launched some torpedoes. Are you in fact evading? You might very well be. I don't know. There we go. New Mexico continues to fire on the battleship, which I love to see. We can see all of her guns are in action, trained on the enemy, firing at such a short range. That must be very, very good hits. Also, Colorado is firing, was at least firing her guns. Why did it get a different picture over here? Oh well, never mind. Colorado firing 10, so all of her full broadside on this battleship, so another 11-inch hit. Illinois as well, 10-inch battery, so that's a secondary battery, but still decent hits. Illinois firing with its... Didn't even know that Illinois had 6-inch guns. Oh, it's a tertiary battery. Nice, nice. Some more hits on the destroyer, basically, and on the battleship. The New Mexico class got a hit on the turret J, so on this one, but that doesn't seem to have affected her too much. Medium guns and heavy guns. Right. I do believe that this must be a battleship or a battle cruiser. Question is, what do we do now? I think I'd want to keep the distance as much as possible. This destroyer here has already screwed me up too much. In fact, you can go ahead from scout to just support, please, as you as well. These guys are still horribly jumbled up. You're following the North Dakota, that works. You're trying to follow the Illinois, but it's okay, I guess. So I'm going to take one more minute towards the south and then turn. Nice, love it. Look at that. 8 guns fired on the battleship, 4 hits. Then 2 more hits with the secondaries, that doesn't count. Colorado again scoring an 11-inch hit. California scoring 11-inch hit. 6-inch, doesn't count. 6-inch on the destroyer does count. You must be burning up. 6-inch, 6-inch. Galveston is being targeted by light gun. No, yeah, by light guns. So that's fine. Ohio being targeted by another battleship. So we do now have 2 enemy major ships. Heavy damage, that's probably not accurate. Why are you guys, by the way, so far out? Just, you know, at this range we are basically perforating any armor. Might even be an overkill. But right, so by the way, the rate of fire of these guns should be a bit different over here. Oh no. Look at that, the 11-inch guns and our guns pretty much have the same, and the 11-inch and 14-inch guns basically have the same speed. So, next question, do we turn or do we keep rolling towards the south? I think one more turn. Galveston is really suffering badly, and I think it's burning now, isn't it? Not quite. Location damage isn't so bad. Destroyer here is badly done, or full. New Mexico being targeted by battleship. Battleships being hit by 11-inch guns. And some important ones. So time to turn a bit. I'm gonna reduce speed just a scooch so that we can maybe allow the Colorado and California to keep up the good work. And the Illinois class, I think I want to turn around basically so that they can at least catch up with all of the other guys. There we go, lots of hits. So 6-inch guns, Colorado scoring hits with the 11-inch guns, California 11-inch guns. Lots of goods hit on the enemy. New Mexico being hit in turret A, so in the front turret, without any discernible effect. New Mexico hit on the engine room, which is worse. Structural damage to medium to heavy hits over here. But I do think that we are scoring much more damage on them than they are on us, so I basically hope that's fine. Turn a bit more towards east rather than south, so that we can come up behind them. More hits on them, 11-inch, 14-inch guns, more 11-inch guns, so that's nice. I'm still not sure what these guys really are. I think one of them can only be a battleship and one of them must be a battlecruiser, or both of them are battlecruisers. Illinois, you are doing your best to come up here, right? And you are just utterly confused. Right then. So let's try to cut up behind them. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew that they would use torpedoes. Some good news as well. Over here, hit by a torpedo. Lots of flotation, lots of flooding. Yeah, bad things. We are identifying a ship, that doesn't matter. More importantly though, New Mexico being hit, Colorado being hit, Colorado being hit. But then our Colorado opens up fire. 11-inch guns on this battleship over here. 3 hits, one of them hits a magazine, just blows up. Just blows up, just like that. And it even gets hit by a lot more during that same turn. So, looking at this, there are too many small ships here. This range at the 1,000-yard night battle is too close. The Ohio has already been torpedoed, which means we are going to decrease your speed here considerably so that the Ohio can start pumping up. And we sunk 1 battleship. I'm going to call that a victory, unless we get horribly butchered. So I think from here on it can only go downhill. We are going to try to come around and do a lot of damage on this battleship over here. but I'm not confident whether we should stick around with all of these destroyers and light cruisers buzzing around and torpedoing us potentially. So I'm going to tell my ships to come around. Now, do I want to come in very, very close, or do I want to take a little bit of an extra turn towards the south or towards the north? I think towards the south is the easier option. So first of all, I'm going to allow to do this. My god. So here I am talking about torpedoes, and Colorado is being hit by a torpedo, but it's a light torpedo, so that's nice to see. You guys should be as quick as possible. So we have now identified this ship, after all. It's a battle cruiser, and we just actively completely destroyed its aft turret already, so that's very, very nice to see. Still, I'm really worried about the torpedoes, the number of torpedoes that is in the water. I am worried about these ships coming in like that, because that kind of looks to me like they are trying to do a torpedo attack, or at least trying to close in. So I'm going to tell the Illinois and the Ohio to line up towards the northwest, maybe get a couple of shots on there. The New Mexico is going to try to retire towards the west directly and take a turn to the south. Probably you are still firing on the Kilburn, okay, while your secondary battery is hopefully engaging other people. And there are other people down there, so... Oh no, you're trying to engage the heavy cruiser over there. I think your guns probably can't reach there. That's fine. These are the ones I'm mostly worried about. Battle cruiser hit twice. 11-inch guns, nice. Light cruisers over here, as we can see. And the Illinois class, I think I would like to manually target these light cruisers. Thank you. Simply because they're trying to run right into us, so that's not nice. Yep. Being hit by medium guns, that's not important. Heavy cruiser hit, more importantly though, light cruiser hit, including the New Mexico firing a 14-inch gun on a light cruiser. That should give it some pause, I hope. The battle cruiser of theirs is running off towards that direction, let's keep that in mind. Yep, fine. Ohio limits flooding. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, I think I want you to retire completely. You guys go away. You guys, I'm going to take under manual control, so we're now having the Ohio class run off. Whereas the North Dakota class is coming up behind here like that. That should be fine, yes. And our battleships are still trying to run around. These guys have now probably launched torpedoes. I can't imagine that any other way. We are turning, so that's hopefully going to be fine. Galveston, are you still around, mate? You are. Yeah, you must be. Yeah, I control that. You are in deep, deep trouble, actually, aren't you? Right, we lost sight of the battle cruiser. These light cruisers and so are now retiring. There's a torpedo of ours, I believe, otherwise we wouldn't know about it. Hits on this unidentified ship, so the light cruiser is being hit by 14-inch guns, even more. Galveston is being wrecked now. Is it really only the heavy cruiser? It is. We are trying to, will be trying to run over there. I think this light cruiser here has reached its critical mass, and yeah, it will soon die. You come up like that. Unidentified ships being hit, Galveston being wrecked completely now. Are you still not sinking? Speed so much. And you, my friend, structure flotation, yeah, it's really bad for you. Ohio, on the other hand, still has a lot of flooding. I'm worried about that. Let's decrease speed further, even though that, of course, opens up to more torpedo attacks. Jesus! Oh yeah, okay, now the battle cruiser is firing on them. Another destroyer over here, but the California is engaging that. California and Colorado are not doing a fine job of keeping up. Downgraded that to destroyer. 50% flotation damage, yeah, but the flooding is being decreased, so I hope that is going to be fine. Battle cruiser, up here, light damage. It's probably very fast. I don't think we'll be able to catch it. I would like to send destroyer ahead by 6-inch guns. Galveston being further wrecked by the battle cruiser. This destroyer is finally down. This destroyer is suffering medium damage. This destroyer being hit. Ohio limits flooding. How is Ohio doing? Flooding is now under control, I would say. You guys can maybe run over to Galveston a bit more closely. You come up. You'll come up probably behind us again, which is fine, I guess. You come up like that. Sank that destroyer, that's nice to see. No, my enemy is really in sight, so you decrease speed a bit so that California can catch up. Ohio is now without flooding and trying to come up to where? What are you doing? Oh yeah, we're trying to come up like so. Galveston, you don't need to be AI controlled, but I certainly want you to, if you ever go back to being AI controlled, it will tell you to be independent and keep speed of 0. Thank you. Just so that you can manage your damage. New Mexico slowing down visibly, Colorado catching up. There's an unidentified ship. Let's try to broadside that. Come on, you can open up on that. I know you can. Oh, what did that? I think these guys can be a bit more aggressive in their approach. Let's take 5 minutes turn, 5-minute turns. It's supposed to be a heavy cruiser, I don't quite believe that. Good hit with the 14. New Mexico being hit in the engine room, but we are scoring a 14 hit. More hits. I think we need to turn them down so we lose sight. Let's 3 14 hit. Another one and that's nuts. Smaller. Real. that does allow them to score some hits. Are we really that close? I thought we'd be more. Being at point blank range. So that's nice to see. Right then, I don't think we'll be able to catch the battle cruiser. That's just the way it's going to be. So let everyone sort of turn around. We sort of expected that. Let's pause and let's send the light cruiser Tacoma over here. Well, let's go down here. Then try to keep everyone together, potentially pick up survivors. Can I tell you to not be in AI control? I cannot. Okay, so let's... Oh, unidentified ships. Thought we'd be over this, but Arizona and Michigan have spotted a couple of small ships, so we are trying to run around everyone. Jesus. North Dakota's in a really bad spot. How could they even spot us? Do they have night training or something? Okay, so run south and you are of course AI control. You then go to max speed, go up there. I hate small ships. Damage 100%, I think it's done. It's really heavy flooding. Nighttime engagement, always such a lovely thing. This is supposed to be a battleship, no? So try to come towards the rescue of the North Dakota. Good job to try to run there. 5 minutes. Stop. Don't be AI controlled. Reduce your speed to nothing. I want you to control your flooding. You, don't be AI controlled. Come up like this. Try to protect them. Delaware, what are you doing? Trying to form over near Illinois. You're not doing a good job of that. And you go to 90 knots. Damn it! Okay then, let's go away. California, keep in line. This would have been such a nice battle during the day. At night it's just messy. I'm gonna stick around here. Maybe we can pick up survivors. No reason to stick around. Oh well. What a battle. North Dakota sunk against one of their battleships. I think it's a good trade, but North Dakota is one of the New York class battleships that has been having issues from the start. Let's make sure we are around with Ohio. I'm worried about the damage that we got on the Ohio though, because that would probably mean that probably means that we have them being interned because of the damage that we suffered. Here comes daylight, and the game should soon finish up, I guess. Oh, there we are. Not after all. Right then, there's an unidentified ship over there. Let's take the time to go and engage these guys. So what do we have here? Just a tangle of mess. Battleships and battlecruiser. Alright, so I do think that we want to fight this out, but seeing that the time has progressed pretty strongly, I think that's gonna have to wait until next time. So thank you guys for watching, and to see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.